Welcome back, everybody, to Mcoc Al Bundy Rolls. Got a little reward video for you. So here, finishing up the Volume 3 Carina Challenge rewards on the EOP. Finished up the last little bit of the Nameless Thanos. I have 3 objectives I'm collecting here. So I had the Thunderbolts, the Brotherhood of Mutants with running the Juggernaut, and then the finalization of completing all of those Carina Volume 3. So we're going to have 3 champion crystals, Nexus style, 1 Abyss, and we're also going to see who my first ever R5 6-star is going to be. Of course, it depends on what class. People might be saying, what class does he want? I don't know. I don't know who I'm going to pick in any class. But first, I do know who I want to pick as far as champions. I'm going to focus on tech and probably a skill as well. I want Omega Sentinel. I haven't been able to get Omega Sentinel. Probably #1 on my most desired list right now. There's also some skill I still want, including an old skill one I still haven't got for somehow high on my list, Falcon. I have not pulled the Falcon yet. So off the top of my head, those are 2 of my most desired champs, and each in skill and tech, there's a few champs there I would like to include some awakenings. All of those are my 2 most sought after desired champs I'm hoping for in these. And then the Abyss, again, I really want that Omega Sentinel. I have plenty of awakening gems. If I did pull somebody need an awakening gem, I have at least a few generics. Forget if I have any classic stars. So if I do pull a new champ where I want to awaken them, it will not be a problem whatsoever. With that being said, time to, as we pulled out all those rewards, gonna have a little bit of fun. Let's see what we get. And even if we don't get who we really want, at least if we get something useful, it's always a win. So let's do that skill again. I'm hoping for Falcon, but there's a few dupes I'd be happy with too. And one of those dupes I would be very happy with is Aegon. Yeah, people can say all they want. Yeah, Aegon hasn't aged well or this or that. You know what? Content's getting longer. Health pool's getting bigger. I'll take this guy, happily awaken him, and I'll happily pump some SIG into him eventually. Easy to get SIG these days. So I will be very happy with that one. Cannot complain with that pull. Again, not exactly what I was aiming for, but it is something that is dang good overall. On the tech now, we have, well, none of the ones I was hoping for, but there's a couple awakening. I'd be happy with Mysterio. I'd be happy with Silver Centurion. This is actually tough. I hear a lot of good stuff about most of them. I never really use either one that much, to be bluntly honest. But the little bit I have used on Silver Centurion, I could see a lot of potential there. So I'm going to go ahead and awaken him, give him a little bit more. A lot of times I don't really get deep into learning champs until I awaken him, unless I know for sure it's someone who doesn't benefit much from that. So give a little more insight to him. Now is the Abyss Selector Nexus one. I'm going tech. Again, I'm hoping to make a Sentinel, but let's see what we got. Okay. Not a whole lot of stuff I need. I see the Mysterio again, who I almost was taking a moment ago. So this is an easy choice. Although I wouldn't mind an Awakening Mysterio, that's not exactly how I want to use a crystal such as this. So very easy choice right here. Going to awaken my Ghost. A Ghost I haven't had awakened yet. Even though I'm not the massive Ghost fan, as far as I do get bored with her, I will. And if you use her too much, I do use her once in a while. I hadn't used her for quite a while, and I've used her a couple times here and there in arenas and things. I'm like, you know what? As long as I don't use her too often, she can still be pretty fun. So I'll be happy to have her awaken. Of course, that definitely helps her overall potential. So out of the crystals, I got 3 dupes. That's some pretty good champs, from Aegon to Silver Centurion to Ghost. So not what I was aiming for, but cannot consider that a loss. Got to be happy with that for the most part, because it gives some life to some great champs. Now let's get to the bread and butter. What crystal? I don't even know which one I'm rooting for, and it's a tech. Now my brain is like, who techs do I have? A few come to mind specifically. So, who am I going to use this on a tech? I have absolutely no clue. I've been giving some thought to this as far as who am I going to use on which class and this and that. So let's do a sort. I'm just going to go ahead and keep it simple. Let's sort it to my R4s. So let's sort it down to one of these 3. These are the ones I've decided to go to R4, so let's keep it simple. And I'm sure there's a bunch of people screaming different things. Of course, Nimrod, we know him in the Against Mutants and even other classes. Warlock I've been enjoying a lot, although I'm not a huge fan of his damage, especially on higher health pulls, but do love Warlock. But you know what? Guardian was actually my very first ever R4 6-star, although of course that was before Nimrod, before I had Nimrod or Warlock, and he was not just my first ever R4 6-star, R4 him over Ghost and all these other champs at the time, and I'm looking now, this is a tough one, but you know what, I love Guardian, I really enjoy him, I love what he brings, my SIG 200, the resistance ability, his super underrated damage. I gotta do it. So boom, I went ahead and I fast forward a bit for you. Here's the maxed out R5 6-star Guardian. My suicides are off, by the way, why the lower stats. And here's a quick little clip on what he can do with no suicides, by the way, the damage. This is a Labyrinth LOL run where there's 50,000 max hit cap, and let's see us get around this 50,000 max hit cap. We saw how much health was in there. Look at these damage numbers just flying out the wazoo, and it would be way more if it wasn't for the 50,000 damage hit cap. But even with that, we still did easily over 2 million worth of damage. I didn't feel like tallying up all those numbers, but one S2 with a little bit of build up after a few S3s before that to build it up. So yeah, he got some bite, don't he? Anyway, don't forget to click subscribe. Thanks for watching MCOC. All Bundy rolls.